teacher.
And we're completing Gen Con. Gen Con is sadly ending now, but we're going to show you the haul we got. It's been so busy we haven't been able to do day 2, 3, 4 separately, so we're doing it all together. So, as you can guess, there's a lot. So we're going to start off with
Dominus Domini.
Yes, this game was completely bought just because it looks cool. It's heavy and it looks really cool. It's got a lot of really nice pieces, very thematic, very kind of medieval Europe feel, so that's what I really liked about it.
And it was cheap.
It was cheap. Cool Stuff Inc., thank you so much. You guys are awesome. So this is a fun one.
Food Fighters.
Food Fighters. You know, you can't really fight with real food when you're an adult. So we're doing it with cards.
Food Fighters is actually published, or designed at least, by a Canadian designer, I believe.
Kids Table Board Gaming?
Yeah.
I'm going to take your word for that. So Food Fighters is a fun little, obviously, food fighting game where you're, it's a 2-player only, so it's literally player versus player, you know, trying to be the best at throwing that food. And we got a cool little s'mores expansion. We missed it on the greens expansion, so I'm going to be looking for that one when we get back home. So we're going to go with one that I bought, again, mostly because, well, a Mjolnir in the title. So obviously it's very Viking, Norwegian based. That appeals to me. And it's a Queen's game. It's one of the few Queen's games we don't actually have, so.
It's called Ekator by Dirk Hen.
Yes, so I think I'm going to really like this one. It's got Viking meeples, so you can't go wrong with Viking meeples.
Viking meeples!
And because Queen's was doing this wonderful buy one, get one free for certain titles, we decided we'd like to go from Vikings to modern airships.
So this is about blimps.
That's a funny
Airships
word.
Giganten, it says.
So yeah, another Queen's game. It's got some cards, but it's also dice. Dice are being used to obviously evolve your airships, move them along, all wonderful jazz. So again, this is one we didn't really know much about. We just thought, yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. Now this is one I had been eyeing. As you can see, I already opened it. There's no plastic. This is a kind of a cool, it's called Tavern. Obviously, it's a tavern game. So you're basically, you know, tavern owners trying to compete with other tavern owners and, you know, have the best, you know, income pub going on. So
this game's very thematic. It's got some great art in it. So looking forward to giving it a try.
Exactly. It's fantasy based, so it's actually similar to Tavern. I think it's a little bit lighter though. So this is going to be fun for those lighter evenings. Now, this one, because I'm surprisingly gotten into sci-fi games. You really like Mars stuff. So.
Anything Mars related is cool to me. I read a lot of sci-fi that's based around Mars.
So Dick Mars is a brain game. Again, this was one of those ones I saw. I thought it looks unique. It has some interesting mechanics based on the description and the pictures. So I'm going to have to let you know more about it when we play it, hoping it plays as well as it looks. So that's going to be a fun one. Now, ships. This one was touted apparently quite a bit last year at Essen in 2015. And I actually didn't know anything about it until I saw it. And I thought, hey, I like ships. They seem to like animals and vehicles. I don't know. Different modes of transport. So again, this is a nice heavy one. It looks pretty solid. It looks like it plays. It's 120 minutes for 2 to 4 players. So it's a hefty, longer game. So we're going to definitely be giving this one a try as soon as we can. Another good deal.
The prices down here were insane, especially if you waited until Sunday to make most of your acquisitions.
Yes. So without further ado, we have so many to go through. We're going to go quickly. RedSeven.
RedSeven's a little logic puzzle game, basically, that I've played before. I really enjoyed. Simple little card deck game. Has a couple of different variants in the box, so have a look for it if abstract puzzle games are your thing.
And if anyone knows Powergraves, you know, Friedman Freeze, this is the Power Plants card. I've played with it before, and I think it's really cool. It adds quite a bit to the game. So this is just a simple little expansion for our already existing game that we own. We're going to see how that plays when we get a chance to play it next.
Another fine Friedman Freeze product.
Friedman Freeze. Now this was one that you won.
Unnatural Selection. This was from R&R Games. They had a competition where if you signed up for their mailing list, you could spin a wheel and possibly win a prize. So this was the prize that I won for free with their spin a wheel contest. It's
a very silly game. Your overweight goldfish has a headache, and that's it's just gonna be a funny, very silly, hilarious game. Now this is one that Netters Play. Actually, I want to give a shout out to Netters Play because this is actually I saw her review this game, and that's why I decided to buy it because I thought this. It's a two-player, player versus player. The theme, of course, appeals to me because it's Viking North based. But the actual mechanics, the way she explained it, made it sound very interesting. So I think I'm going to like it where you're one of the ravens trying to get around to the other side, and the other raven Loki is kind of coming into me and Trickster. So that's gonna be good. This one completely was just about the silliness, and we played it yesterday, and it was funny. I got my $7 worth in one play, so it was good. Hiss, you're basically creating these
multicolored snakes, good for kids of ages 4 and up, and these big kids actually had some fun with it, so it was definitely worth the purchase price.
It definitely was. Go game right. We have more. So Spyfall is a fun kind of deduction game where one person is the spy, or I forget what he is officially, and everyone is he's trying to figure out who everyone else is, where everyone else is, and we're trying to figure out who the spy is. So it's a really cool game that I find plays really, really well. I have a friend who has it, and I've been trying to find it, and again, got a really good deal in this, so I couldn't say no. So these two games I'm going to pull out together because I bought them both at Mayfair at the same time, and they were both $7. Seriously, $7.
Whitewater and Monuments.
So Whitewater I bought specifically because it's a lot like Salmon Run, which is a game we really love.
It looks quite a bit like Salmon Run, which we played before with our friend Shaw.
Yeah, you're basically trying to get up. In this case, you're in a raft trying to get upstream, and you have other people in their own raft trying to compete with you and push you out of the way and diverge you from where you're going. And it sounds a lot like Salmon Run, which is hard to find. So I like that this one was there. Monuments was really just we'll try it and see it for $7. You really can't go wrong. It's kind of neat. You're building monuments throughout history. It's a card-based game, and the look appeals to me. It's definitely a game I would probably enjoy, so I'm hoping I'm right. Oh, this is a heavy one.
Arkwright. This was on all of our lists, I think. When we came down here, this is one that we all wanted to have a look at, and it's a hefty box. Published by Capstone Games, and we were fortunate enough to snag copies for us and also for Mandi. It looks like a lot of fun. It's gotten a lot of good press before Gen Con, so we're looking forward to cracking this one open too.
English inventors, advancing machines, so kind of cool. Nice, cool, old tech style. So we went to a wonderful event put on by Asmodee, and they were kind enough to give everyone a game at the end of the night. Some games that they were actually testing there and playing out that weren't quite on the shelves yet. Well, one of them isn't on the shelves yet.
These are pre-release games that you can't actually buy yet. So these are advanced review copies.
So hit Z Road, obviously, as you can see, the Z. It's a zombie game, which I've started to get into zombies a little bit lately. The theme is very kind of, 50s style road trip. And it's basically a zombie invasion. You're trying to reach the West Coast alive. So you're going on a road trip trying to get away from the zombies. And the art is actually quite nice. So I really like the little bottle cap looking tokens and stuff. So I think that's going to be a good one. Now this one is, I think I'm going to love this one because we got to try it a little bit. This was getting another one we got at Asmodee, the event for Asmodee. And it's called Ennis. It's Matagod Asmodee game. It's basically old Celtic, Irish, Alba area.
The card art in this is fantastic. If you like old style Celtic art, it's an absolutely gorgeous game. And this is the pre-release copy. I don't know what they could do to make it better looking between now and release, but it looks great.
It's basically more or less an area control game. You're basically chieftains, or clan chieftains that are trying to expand and take over as much territory as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna love the art on this. We're getting down to the bottom, I swear. So Steph, you can talk about these guys.
Aha! So I did some demoing work for Portal Games, and as a thank you, they allowed me to pick up some promos for one of my favorite games, which was Robinson Crusoe. So I got a number of different promos, a few different decks of cards with different items in them, a spyglass, which you destroy the spyglass token in order to get 5 extra determination points in the game of Robinson Crusoe, a few extra scenarios, and a bunch of other items. So I'm not going to show them all individually, but there's a big stack of add-ons for Robinson Crusoe, and I'm happy to get them all.
So this is a silly one that Mandi kind of convinced me to buy because she found one and she says, "There's another one, go get it." So sure enough, I got it. It's very silly. Obviously, you're making little cartoon animals and tile placement. I like tile placement games, so you can't go wrong with cartoon animals. And this one is another one of Stephane's that he's been wanting for a while.
So Valyria Card Kingdoms, I backed the sequels to this, Villages of Valyria and Quests for Valyria. I did not get a chance to get Valyria Card Kingdoms before that, and it has card art by one of my favorite board game artists, the Miko. So this was on my list to get, and it happened to be at a really good deal, so I picked it up from Cool Stuff Inc.
You see those good deals, all those green stickers? Another one that I bought kind of for, like I said, I think Steph likes this one in $15. Wow.
Now I haven't played this game, but I hear really good things from a couple of people in the local gaming scene in Ottawa. It's called Patch History. And
that's neat. Tile placement. The tile placement, it's all irregular tile shapes, and you're placing them, connecting together to form different.
Kind of a civilization building game with different tile placements. Looking forward to giving it a shot because I hear really good things about it.
And we have two things that aren't board game related. I actually did buy stuff that wasn't board game related, but this is the last board game we bought, Adventureland. And this one actually has some really neat looking pieces as well, so we're going to definitely give this one a try. This was completely another one that bought on spec. It looks a little bit lighter, but really fun. So I think we're going to enjoy it. And so for me, these were some bucket list people I got to meet, and Stephane got to meet. Actually, Stephane, Mandy, myself got to meet. Margaret Weiss was here this weekend at Gen Con, and when I saw her, I saw the books. I couldn't help but ask her for her autograph. I bought a book and got her autograph and chatted with her a bit.
For those of you who don't know, Margaret Weiss is one of the co-authors of the Dragonlance series.
Most well-known series. There's a few others.
Which is one of, if not Tracy's favorite fantasy series of books. So to meet the author that she grew up reading, we both grew up reading, was quite a nice bonus on top of all the board game stuff.
And then of course when I was talking about Dragonlance and talking about my favorite artist, I said Larry Elmore. And Margaret Weiss is like, oh, by the way, he's just over there. Really? So today we went by, and I'm not going to pull it out because it's nicely wrapped here, but I will describe it. If anyone knows the very first art printing of the second book of the Chronicles series, which is the very first series of Dragonlance, it has Laurana, Tasselhoff, and Kittiar, and in the new one, it looks different. Laurana isn't on it, and this is the version of Laurana that I find is the most beautiful. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, and I love this one.
And it's my favorite. It's a limited edition print, and we got it autographed by Larry Elmore himself.
So Larry, thank you so much. Margaret Weiss, thank you so much for those lovely, inspiring pieces of work, both literature and art.
Great keepsakes. Thank you very much.
So now we're on to trying to figure out how to stuff all this stuff into the car to bring home with us. So we'll let you know if we get home alive. See you later.
Bye for now.
Bye.